As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the red Terran player, himself for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Green Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Protoss Pro. It is a classic. Here we go. We have a matchup. We have our TVP. So players are moving out. And typically when it comes to Nicoract's play, he's hyper-aggressive. He's very reminiscent of Percival, actually. Very reminiscent of Percival, very reminiscent of Bunny as well. But Nicoract, he is hyper-aggressive. We see a lot of all-ins out of Nicoract. I think it's the Bunny. But we see a lot of all-ins out of Nicoract, and we'll see how aggressive he plans on being here on Winter Madness. Again, the map is larger. It's known for longer and later games, so there's less of a chance that he's able to pull off something cheeky early on. But we'll see, as he does open up double gas. Double gas opener out of Nicoract, going for a faster factory, going for a delayed CC, going for something more tech heavy. This can lead into commitment into Reaper Hellion. This can lead into early drop play, early cyclones, early tanks. Let's see. Let us see. So again, from here we're building up. Building up at. And we'll see where Classic takes us. Oh, okay, yeah, my attention. We are going for a commitment here into early add-ons. It's going to be Reaper first, into an earlier Tech Lab, earlier Reactor as well. With this, we're not going Reaper Hellion. So no Reaper Hellion. Reaper's going to be zoned away. Eyes are on Nicoract. Where are we spending that gas? So he's making his early Cyclone instead. So as a result, Nicoract is going to have some very light pressure early on. Very, very light. He's not going to try to dive into the bases or into the mineral lines. He only has the one Reaper. Oh, and he's getting caught out. So he has to pull away. Behind this, setting up for his drop. Setting up for the follow-up. Meanwhile, Classic, we'll see how safe or how greedy he's going to be. So far, he only has 2 gateways, so 2 gate blink out of Classic. It looks like he may go for a faster third. It's almost standard nowadays to go 3 gate blink, even if Robo as well. Early tank production, Nicoract is pushing. So he's going for an early move out. I believe the goal here should be to wait for the tank. Yeah, all in. So he's going all in. He's waiting for the tank. So as we mentioned, it was a bit of a leaner, a little bit of a more tamer early game, but now it's leading up into hyper aggression. The Cyclone has arrived. The Marines as well. We're waiting for the tank. It's going to be Viking support as well. If you're curious, why is there a Viking on the way? A Viking does do a lot of damage early on to gateway units. It's a way to reinforce. It's a way to just have as much DPS as possible. As much DPS output. Here comes Nicoract. Classic, how safe is he being? He does have a third gateway. Yeah, 3 gate blink, a Robo as well. I thought he was going to go for a faster third base. Maybe Nicoract thought so as well, but Classic is playing safe. He's playing safe. Oh, I say that we'll lose 1, we'll lose 2 Stalkers. Yeah, 2 Stalkers go down. The boys are being pulled. Classic is in danger. Can he get that tank? He can. Yeah, 1 more volley. Tank goes down, but he lost 3 Stalkers in the process. A lot of Stalkers went down. Lock-on is broken. Okay, breaks the lock-on. Bleeds out 12 probes. This might just be too much damage. 12 probes go down. Oh my god, another Stalker. I'll pick up micro, saves the Cyclone. Oh my god. Ooh, Cyclone finally goes down. And I believe Classic is held. Yeah, the Immortal will pop soon. You can see Nicoract going for the Pylon, but barely will not bring it down. Yeah, Pylon survives. Everything gets cleaned up. But Classic does hold, and Classic still has a higher worker count. Classic, he lost 12 probes here in the defense, but that's not good enough. That's still not good enough. Nicoract, he was all in. That had to kill. That had to end the game, and that fails to do so. So Classic, he survives, has a greater economy, hunts down another Viking. From here, Classic can now expand. More importantly, he can counterattack. And what does Nicoract have? He has one tank at the natural, one tank in the main, bunkers on the way. Classic as Observer is still moving out. With the help of the tank, though, he might just commit. With the help of the Immortal, I meant to say. Yeah, the Immortal tanks a shot. First tank goes down. Oh my god, he gets punished though. Jesus, that's 3 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers go down. So Classic is punished. Oof, losing another Stalker. That one tank on the high ground was the MVP. And Nicoract holds. He holds, he defends, the game will continue. If Classic was aware there was another tank, he most likely would not have committed in. And we're going to calm down. We're going to calm down. I still do favor Classic's position economically at least, but yeah, even then the third's actually quite late. True. So later third base. As we're getting to charge. Charge, Temple Archive, Storm, Archons. Oh, nice landed Viking Harass, okay. Then Nicoract. Gets 5 probes. Not bad. Takes down 5 workers. Behind this, ooh, I see 2 more Raxes. In my mind, we would have seen a 3-rack setup into a 3rd CC, getting into a longer game. Seeing 2 extra Raxes is more indicative of an all-in. We'll see if he gets add-ons. If there are no add-ons, then he can pull the boys. Eyes are on Nicoract. Otherwise, this would have been the time to expand. Yeah, no add-ons. No add-ons, just making flat, just raw Marines here. Just a mass army. Again, we're expecting the boys to be pulled. Here comes the move out. Tanks are on sieging. Sim is finishing up. Here we go. The boys are being pulled. Again, as soon as you saw these 2 Raxes like that, it screamed 2 base all in. It's go time. It's all or nothing. Classic, he does confirm. Wow, he sees everything. The Observer does spot the boys being pulled, does spot the SCVs. Storm is ready. Storm comes in. Ooh, brutal connection. Does soften everything up. Let's go 3 more storms. Zoning storm instead. One night temple gets sniped. Still 2 more storms. At least. Oof. Oh gosh. Punishing the SCVs. 11 SCVs go down. That was a crazy storm. Another storm lands. The army's on hold position. The storm gets maximum damage. So say trickle in, and tank goes down. GG gets called. The all-in fails, and Classic takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. Brutal storms there, but more importantly, Classic saw it coming. Remember, he saw it coming. One of the strengths of these kind of like delayed all-ins and these delayed timing attacks here, but again, mainly all-in from Nicoract, is lack of vision, lack of scouting. Remember, Nicoract, he sniped the first Observer. He scanned, he sniped the first Observer that was threatening the main base, but the second Observer was outside of the natural and it saw everything. So Classic was aware to warp in, to delay his 4th base, to not be overly greedy, to get rid of the High Templar, and to land those storms. GG. GG well played. Classic is shut down the all-in, and with that, we're now getting to game 2. Classic is up 1-0. He's up 1-0. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself. We have the Terran player for the Platinum Heroes down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Green Protoss for Team Protoss Pro. It is Classic. We go. As again, that was a very intense game one. As a reminder, it wasn't just a Nicoract went for a 2-base all-in. Remember, he went for the timing attack earlier than that as well. He went for the early tank drop with the Cyclone, with the Viking reinforcements as well. Again, hyper aggressive early game out of Nicoract, and almost did it. He almost broke Classic, to be fair. He killed so many Stalkers. Oh my god. That shouldn't have happened. That should not have happened. Classic slipping up here. Probe goes down, a double gas out of Nicoract, and technically we could see a factory into Starport into 1-base all-in. Technically. Especially on Ruby Rock. Is he willing? Is he willing to just get down and dirty and commit? No shot. Again, if this was Gumiho... Oh yeah, shout out to Wardi. But if this was Gumiho, if this was Ryung, I would assume so. Interesting. So typically, typically for WardiTV Mondays, Wardi, he usually does hold the semis and he casts one after the other. But it looks like for this week he's letting them play at the same time. So they're playing at the same time. Which is unusual, but usually that happens if maybe the tournament has been running late, or if something else is going on, right? If Wardi's strapped for time. As Nicoract did expand. Again, it was double gas, faster factory into his own CC. This time we do see a commitment into Reaper Hellion. Remember last game, it was Reaper into a tech lab. Sorry, it was Reaper into factory, into add-ons, into tech labs, reactors, into Cyclone production. But this time it is going to be Reaper Hellion. So the goal here is to commit and to get into a mineral line and to deal critical economic damage. Ooh. No, as the first Reaper goes down, that's a rough start. Bearing in mind that because we're making additional Reapers and Hellions, every Reaper, every Hellion does count here. So that's not ideal. Remember, Reaper Hellion does not scale well into a longer game. And up shades into the natural, delays the CC. Oof. Not like this. Here comes Nicoract. Nicoract, he does move out. We have a full wall here at the natural. I say full wall, there is a way in technically, but there are 3 Stalkers. And 3 Stalkers in position. Cloak on the way. Interesting follow-up. So Reaper Hellion into Cloak Banshees. Has potential for sure, but a classic scouting. Classic is scouting, the hallucination does get in, and Classic will see everything. He does see the research, does see the tech lab. This screams Cloak Banshee. Again, rushing into Interference Matrix is very out of fashion, very out of meta. It's very rare. You actually only ever really see it if you're faking Cloak. See, Classic is ready. So Stalker's in the main, Stalker's here at the natural, Observer's in position. Ideally, Classic wants to bait the Banshee in. Does blink, gets one, gets two. Oh, he does get a kill. Does get a kill. Banshee goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Nicoract does trade with a sentry, but that's not the best. That's not the trade we're looking for. Meanwhile, the Reaper Hellions being chased down. There is a second Banshee. Catching at the Reapers, catching at the Hellions. At the same time, Banshee does hit the natural. And we'll find some damage, okay? Does get 3, does get up to almost 4 kills. This should not have happened. Again, the army was in position, the detection was in position. The Classic was inattentive. So something goes Nicoract's way. Goes his way. Classic pushing forward. And this time Nicoract is not going for the all-in. Okay, third CC instead of extra axes. So Nicoract is going to try to build up into a longer game. It's still a really rough early game here as he's just contained back at home and the Banshees didn't pay for themselves. As he moves out, Stalkers they move in, they go for Stim. No shot, he gets it! Oh my god. Stim goes down, he gets combat shields as well. GG gets called, denies the timing, denies the upgrades, and Classic will take the series 2-0. GG. Ay, ay, ay. Again, Nicoract, he just wanted to macro, Pab. He just wanted to macro, just wanted to build up. Unfortunately, Nicoract, he didn't notice the Observer. The Observer, it allowed, of course, for high ground vision, allowed Classic to get into the main base. Nicoract, he was unaware of the positioning of the army, and losing Stim and combat shields, that's game. Like that's brutal. It means that one, you're stuck at home, right? You have no potential to move out across the map to punish, to apply pressure. And remember, Nicoract, he was already behind. Like Nicoract, he had already lost his Banshees. He had already invested heavily into the Banshee, into the Reaper, into the Hellion, and it just didn't pay for itself. So the pressure was already on Nicoract, and he lost any kind of momentum or presence he could have otherwise had. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations as Classic does advance on to the grand finals, and we are getting ready for that. Un momento, papi. Un momento. Okay, so let us head on over here to the brackets. As you can see, Classic, he took down Beyond 2-0, took down Nicoract 2-0, and with that, we are... Oh, and with that, we do have our first finalist, and we have our second finalist as well. And if you noticed, but we did kind of mention it at the time, it looks like Wardi did allow Hero and Shin to begin this series at the same time as Nicoract versus Classic. It was a fast series, but it looks like it did conclude as well. So Hero, he does take down Shin 2-0. Unfortunately, I don't have those matches, don't have those replays, as Wardi didn't get into those games. He did not get into them, as they were happening at the same time. And now we have our two finalists here. Again, we've seen these two in the finals quite often in recent times. They were in the finals of KSL this week, right? The Korean StarCraft League had Hero and Classic. RSL had Hero and Classic. OSC Championship also at Hero and Classic as the finalists in all those 3 events, and now here in WardiTV Monday number 71 also in the finals. Again, Hero and Classic, they're peaking at the moment. They have found and achieved a lot of success in this most recent patch. I would say that Hero currently arguably is the best player in the world at the moment, but in PvP anything can happen. Hero has beaten Classic in both the RSL Grand Finals, offline finals, and also did beat him in the OSC Championship, but Classic turned the tables and did 3-0 Hero in KSL this week. True. Classic did beat Hero in KSL, so we have had that kind of back and forth. For now, though, we're going to be cutting to a break. We're going to be cutting to a break here. We're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have the grand finals. Again, I do apologize for not having the other semifinals match. Would have been a lot of fun. Shin versus Hero is always a blast. Always do appreciate them. They're ex-teammates. They're good friends. They do hang out a lot, and it does typically lead to very entertaining games. But unfortunately, we weren't quite able to embrace that. And yeah, for now, we're going to be getting ready for the finals. Getting ready for those finals. So give us a moment, give us some time, and when we come back, we'll have that best of 5. See you soon. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon.